Okay. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you very much. I know at least one other person is coming in. Hopefully, whether you're watching this live or recorded, that you're having a blessed day and that you got to experience some amazing energy as it came in through the portal that was created with the eclipse and the new moon and the meteor shower Sunday night was really big. I think last night was big too. Yeah, last night was big. It's been a crazy, wonderful, intense energy, and I hope it has been that way for anybody listening to this. It is Tuesday, December 15th, 2020. It is around 7 p.m. Eastern Time. This is number 8 of 10, so after tonight we have 2 more weeks, and then we'll see where it goes from there. This is the Reiki refill experiment, and you get to be lab rats. And I get to be lab rats, so we're in this together, which I love, and I appreciate you being here and being a part of this so very much. So just take a minute before we get started and just breathe. Allow yourself to feel the breath as it moves through your body. Congratulate yourself for taking the time to watch this, to allow yourself to receive energy and love and healing and gratitude, to receive what I share, to receive what the world shares with you, to know that you're worthy of receiving, and that it is your divine birthright to feel good, to feel joyous, to move authentically through the world. And that's what we're trying to bring to you, is that awareness and an opportunity for just this little bit of time to create it and hopefully take that into the world so you can utilize it every day and be it as much as you can. Okay. So, as I do every week, I'm going to explain what this is. This is my Reiki refill experiment. I was given the information several years ago from a friend of mine who's an acupuncture physician, very versed in traditional Chinese medicine, that when talking about qi or ki or life force or prana, that and all those things really mean the same thing. That's the force within us that keeps us moving through life, keeps our bodies functioning, and keeps us going, keeps us accessing and growing and changing and experiencing. What he shared with me was that at 40% of our capacity, if we're depleted to 40%, we start to feel the physical effects of that depletion. We can function, but we're not functioning well. We're not functioning at optimal efficiency and rates and what we have the capabilities for. We're not able to access our potential at 40%. In my experience working with people, doing energy work, doing Reiki through the 25 years that I've been doing it, it's been very interesting to see how people can function at a low rate of capacity, or a low rate of filling, a low rate of fullness. It's functioning and moving through life, but it's not really thriving. And I've been very blessed and honored to have the experiences of working with people at end of life and to see their life force moving and shifting and releasing from their bodies. to see people that were functionally still alive, but had very little life force left, just the wisps of life force. And, to be a part of that is an absolute honor. But it's also given me a great amount of experience and wealth of information related to life force. And I'm always striving to gain more understanding. So a couple months ago, I was exploring this idea of life force and chi and capacity, and was instructed to kind of visualize if at 40% we're functional, but our bodies are starting to not be efficient and to have aches and pains, then what is 40 to 60%? 40 to 60% feels like moving through the world functionally, but not able to access motivation or that drive to teach ourselves, or not teach ourselves, but to act in a way of self-love. So then if you look at 60 to 80%, then our motivation kicks in and we're able to make choices based in that fullness. And then 80 to 100%, if we can maintain that, if we can achieve that, first of all, and then maintain it, what can we do? That's where we reach in the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. We can access self-actualization and really come into thrive and expansion, and access more of our brains and our intuition and our connection to a meta universe, so much more than what we are. It expands our perspective. But then the new information came in that as we expand, then our capacity expands. So we need more to maintain that filling, that wholeness. And one of the things that I've worked with in being an empath my whole life is feeling everybody else's pain, feeling everybody else's moods. And I've found that the fuller I am, the less room there is for anybody else's emotions or pain or trauma and drama, or even joy and happiness, that I was feeling that as well, physically and energetically and emotionally. But if I maintain a fullness for myself, then it's just me in there, and me in my expansion and my motivation. I'm not driven by somebody else's moods, either high or low. And for me, that authentic expression of my identity is the absolute expression of joy, whether it's happy or sad or angry, but I can feel it for me. I can know who I am, and that's been my exploration my whole life, and you can tell I'm a little excited about it. That's where my passion lies. And what I've come to understand, and I want to share this with you because we're coming to the end of this 10-week exploration, is it does help when you're depleted to have somebody else give you the refilling or talk you through it or take you to that meditative state. But all you need to do to maintain that is to come into alignment with self. When we come into awareness of our authentic self, or come into bring our awareness into our bodies, we automatically align so that flow of energy happens. If we visualize releasing what we have in our body and not hoarding it, not holding on to it because we've had such low capacity before, that fear of not having enough, if we're able to release it, and we're going to talk through this today, if we're able to release it down into the earth or into the world, then we will automatically refill. And the longer we stay in alignment with who we are and not moving out into somebody else's trauma and drama, or their what makes them happy, or how can we please them, or who do I have to give up me to be in relationship with in any capacity, the longer we can stay in alignment and in that fullness of us, the more full we become all the time. And the other piece of that is the knowledge that ruminating thoughts, or that circle of thoughts in the brain, that worry, that anxiety that we go into at a lower level capacity, burns twice as much chi, uses twice as much chi as physical activity. So it's a self-defeating prophecy. Is we're lower, we don't have as much life force, But then we start, and we're in a more of closer to a fear place than a unconditional love place because of the lowered capacity we have, or not capacity, but filling that we have. And then we go into ruminating thoughts and anxiety, and that takes us even lower and lower and lower. And when we get to that place that we can't refill ourselves, we don't have the awareness, the chi to bring ourselves into alignment, that's when we need to come to somebody else, to get that refilling, to prime the pump, to bring us up to a place that we can then do it ourselves. And, sometimes it's, if during this exercise, if you've been able to go receive the refilling one night and then go a week, that's pretty amazing, especially how we live in our lives. But the test is you receive the refilling and then see how far you can go and make notice of how you feel and where your chi is and when it's time to refill again. Ideally, we do that on a daily basis through meditation, something that brings us into alignment with ourselves, some act of self-love, self-care in the fullest extent will allow us to refill again. So we want to do this as a daily practice, whether it's listening to a recording, receiving it from somebody, taking a class and learning how to refill yourself, or just really being aware of where you are and how you feel at any given time, being fully, completely present in who you are and not being distracted by the trauma and drama of the world. Now, we are humans. This is part of who we are. The world tells us how we're supposed to be. We don't live in this tiny bubble of just ourselves. So it's a back and forth. It's a give and take. So if you go out into the world or interact with the world through your job or through your relationships or through your life, whatever it is, through shopping, whatever it is, then make sure you have the practice or the time every day to come back into yourself. Don't spend more than 24 hours without that connection to self so that you can constantly maintain that refilling. This is something you can do after this 10 weeks is over. You'll still have access to the recordings, and I did post them on the Zoom chat, which it won't show up on this recording, that all the previous 2 weeks and this week's recording are on my YouTube channel, which is up and running, and you can access those at any time. So it's under Infinite Resonance Therapy is the YouTube channel. And I'll be posting other videos. I have a whole series of videos that I'm ready to start doing, so that'll be on there. And if you're interested in continuing this, I'm putting together a package that I'll offer in January, a paid package that you'll be able to do this for another 10 weeks and another 10 weeks and however much you want. And I have all kinds of other programs and packages coming as well. So that's the spiel. So thank you for listening. So we're going to go into our meditation. And then as the meditation finishes up, I'm going to go silent, and that's when I'll do the refilling for you, the long distance Reiki refilling, which if you're not aware of the capabilities of Reiki, it is not determined by time or space. So you can listen to this at any time and receive it. And you receive the same potency as if you were live on the call. So thank you very much. So find yourself a comfortable space. If you're watching it on YouTube and you need to pause, that's fine. Just, get yourself set up so you've got pillows and blankets and whatever you need. Turn down the lights if you like. And we're going to do a beautiful exercise to bring you into your body and make a greater connection. So one of the pearls of wisdom that I got, I don't know if I shared this last week or not, my recent pearl of wisdom that I received from Creator was that we can't communicate with our bodies from outside of our bodies. We have to be connected with and inside and present in who we are in order to facilitate that conversation. And that is one of the most beautiful pieces of wisdom I've received recently. So definitely want to give that to you and see what that looks like for you. So as always, we start with the breath. So just nice, even breath. And just bringing your awareness into the ebb and flow, the inhale and the exhale. and see where in your body moves with your inhale and exhale. Bring all your awareness out of your head and into your lungs. Your beautiful, healthy, pink, gorgeous lungs. Expanding with the air, with the oxygen. And then releasing the carbon dioxide. Expanding and releasing. With your next inhale, I want you to imagine the inhale coming in from the bottoms of your feet. We haven't done this one for a while, so just imagine it's coming up from the ground, in the bottoms of your feet, up your legs, into your lungs. And then your exhale is coming out of your lungs, down your shoulders and out the palms of your hands. So the inhale and the exhale are moving through your body, awakening and activating, soothing your nervous system, bringing everything into balance and harmony. If you'd like to, you can attach a color. My inhale is usually blue, and my exhale is usually green, but today it's pink. So inhale from the bottoms of your feet, and then exhale out the palms of your hands. Allow everything in your body to release and relax with this beautiful, healing, loving breath. Allow those colors to swirl through your tissue. The oxygen is healing and nurturing and nourishing. Releasing the waste material, detoxifying your body. And then I want you to open a door in your crown chakra, in the top of your head. Imagine a door opening. And a beautiful golden, sparkly light with some hints of opalescent white starts coming in from the heavens, from the beautiful world around you. Coming in the top of your head, this golden, sparkly, opalescent light. And this light is touching every surface within you, activating, cleaning, cleansing, clearing, helping you to release anything that you no longer need. I see this coming in almost a really light swirl, so it's actually making my body swirl a little bit, do a little movement, as if I'm on an axis. So I'm bringing it down your neck and shoulders, down your arms and hands, your chest, loving those beautiful lungs, bringing them back to optimal health and wellness, releasing any harm or damage that have been done to your internal organs, any wear or injury. 20 years ago I quit smoking, so whenever I do this, I want it to heal any residual damage that was left from that time when I obviously didn't love myself very much. So that beautiful golden opalescent white sparkle comes in all the way down through your hips, touching all your internal organs, all of your systems, all of your tissues, and bringing it all back to optimal health and wellness. Releasing and healing any tears in the muscles, any loss of bone, any degeneration in your discs, making your discs beautiful and plump and full and supportive of your vertebrae. Releasing any place in your spine that the nerves are being activated by bone or by muscles that are entrapped. Bringing everything back to optimal health and wellness. Down your legs, your hips, bringing them back. Recovering any bone loss. Releasing any infringement in your mobility. Down your thighs. Your strong, beautiful thighs. Your knees, bringing them back to the knees of a 20-year-old or younger. Your calves and your shins, your ankles, healing any old injuries, giving you mobility and flexibility. Down to your feet, releasing any tightness in the muscles of your feet. Having immense gratitude for your feet, your toes, your ankles, and all of your tissue for all that it does for you as it moves you through life. So inside and then outside, we're going to move it to the outside into your auric field. This beautiful golden, sparkly, opalescent white energy is surrounding you and going through you, cleaning every pore and every cell, bringing you back to optimal health and wellness. And when you're ready, it naturally and easily releases out your feet and down into the earth, almost like it's draining from you, taking all of your waste and toxicity and injury with it. So you are a beautiful new vessel. And I want you to bring your awareness internally to your solar plexus, to your sacral chakra, wherever you're drawn to your heart. And bring your awareness into that space as if you're seated on a meditation cushion. And feel what that space feels like. Don't think it through, but feel it. Is it empty? Is it full? Is it quiet? Is there noise? What qualities are there? And then I want you to imagine that space opening up. You're seated in the middle on your meditation cushion, and that space within you is getting larger and larger. And this is that beautiful illusion where what appears on the outside and what's going on in the inside don't have to occupy the same space. So your space internally can get bigger and bigger, expansive. And then I want you to imagine you getting bigger and bigger and filling that space up. And as you do that, make a conversation with your body. to see if there's any messages it has for you. If you have any residual tight areas or injuries, bring your awareness into those places and ask what your body needs and see if you get a response. But be in conversation with your body, be in gratitude, be in love, unconditional love with your body. And as you do that, I'll do the refilling. As you're ready, bring your awareness back into your body. Wiggle your toes and your fingers if you'd like. Check in to see what shifted, if anything. Remember any messages that you got. So, like the last couple weeks, I pulled some crystals before we started, but I forgot to put them in my hands for the meditation. So we'll have to see. These are pink. No, they're kunzite. And kunzite's pink, I believe. But they look a little purpley. But they're beautiful balls that talk to each other. If you hold them in your hands, there's a conversation going on all the time between them. But they sat next to me, so hopefully you receive their energy as well. Maybe that's where I got the pink coming out of my, coming out from the lungs, out my hands. That could have been them. And I pulled a deck, but I haven't pulled any cards. So I'm going to pull them and read what they are. This is an oracle deck, and it's called Wisdom of the Hidden Realms guidebook. So it's a little more nature-based, and it's got some really interesting animal and more fairy type energy. So we'll see what comes up today. And the first one is the Sisters of the Seasons, Cycles of Growth, Natural Law, and Divine Order. So I think that's definitely where we are. We're in the start of a portal. This new energy coming in, that's going to be coming in with the 21st, is pretty magnificent. And it feels like the start of a season of peace. And hopefully that season lasts for many, many, many years. We definitely are ready for it. Let me see if I can find what it says about this one. Sisters of the Seasons. When the Sisters of the Seasons meet you on your path, they remind you that everything has a natural rhythm that obeys a higher law. Just as the seasons magically pass, be reminded that the nature of birth, growth, harvest, and decay cannot be altered. So if you keep on your path with determination and discernment, allowing for the natural course of events to unfold, success is assured. So I love that. That seems to me about releasing control and trusting that everything comes in its season and in its time, and that we don't have to make it happen. We just move along our path and let it grow and change as it's designed to. So I love anything that means that I don't have to manage it. So that's good. I love that. Okay, so let's try again. Let's get another one. Sometimes this deck doesn't resonate with me. It definitely did today. Okay. This one is the Swan Queen. Transformation, intuition, and patience, which is really beautiful. She's gorgeous. So what does she say? The Swan Queen glides your way and asks that you look at your reflection in the events of your life. She gives you the ability to see the beauty that has transformed your life from ignorance to wisdom. The Swan Queen lets you know that it's time to go within and seek the answers in your own intuition. Don't look outside yourself for answers now. The true power lies reflected in the still waters within you. Well, that's pretty amazing. It says, now is the moment to meditate and ask for a vision. So I think we're right along that path. And then let's try one more. The Cosmos, creativity and vastness, which goes along with creating that space within you. So let's see what that one is. The cosmos appears as an ally and, these cards, if they're upside down, they're called a challenger. So the cosmos appears always as an ally. Creativity in all forms is represented by the cosmos. This is a sign to place your attention on creative projects. They will be successful. Remember that all of life is creative and you're always co-creating with the divine. The cosmos also presents the principle of infinity and vastness of the energetic exchange of consciousness influencing all living things. This teaches us that every intention we set, is in fact contagious with the power to influence others. We're entangled at our deepest energetic place, so we can't help but have an effect on others from an individual level to a global level. And I love that, because so much of the conversation lately has been, if I love myself and take care of myself, then I model for others that, rather than trying to change others to be what I think they should be, rather than trying to make people happy, but knowing that as I become happy, as I become whole, then that flows out into the world. And that is my purpose. But taking care of self, so I'm able to do that. So that is shared with no effort. And not a depletion, no depletion from me. So I love that. Beautiful. So thank you. I'm going to go ahead and turn the recording off. If you want to stay on, then we'll talk for a minute. Thank you all. And any feedback you have is great. I appreciate your participation in this experiment. And just let me know how you're doing. Thank you.